Hello, I'm Captain Vile. Welcome back to Sorcery, City Port of Thieves, or Part 2, City Port of Thieves. Anyway, what the hell are we doing again? Oh, right, we ran away from the group of bandits and learned the future. Kind of. Mansion Row. Alright, we're meant to be learning, what's it? The gate. Let's go this way, maybe? Go to that big hill? Or what's over here? Kind of a path? I don't know. Let's go in here. You leave the road and follow the path. It winds through the fields and along the lower edge of a high fault in the rock. Look across the fields. As you pass, you see a few creatures working in the land, pulling up voluminous weeds that grow around their tiny fruit and vegetable plants. In some patches, tethered goats graze and have eaten everything in green sight. The whole place seems barren and poor, like it has not rained for a year or more. Let's keep walking. Or the farmer. Why would a farmer know? You stay on the path until it climbs, gently approaching a low ruined wall at the back end of a grand building. Look at the building. You stop to look over at the building. It is a tall, three-story mansion, crumbling around the edges now, but it must have been home to a powerful and important family. It's surrounded by wide grounds, an ornamental garden, now overgrown and tangled. The house is bordered by a tall stone wall looking at the path. On the far side, you can see an ironwork gate hanging off its hinges. Go towards the mansion. You clamber over the wall into the wide grounds of the grand old house. You're surrounded by a thicket of gorse and thorny gritweed. Through the branches, you can see the lower floors of the building. Search the bushes. You search a nearby thorn patch, finding its heart small statue of a fat, cheerful-looking god with a third eye in the middle of its forehead. Examine the idol. Looking more closely, you see there are small depressions in the surface of the stone. On the idol's two eyes, its forehead, and its nose. Touch the left eye? You gently touch the left eye. A gentle light begins to glow behind the statue's eyes. Touch the right eye. Refresh the right eye. Anything happen? Oh, okay. You carefully put one finger on the statue's nose so the glow behind the statue's eyes fades away. So left, right, forehead. You gently put one finger on the statue's forehead. Left, right, forehead. Alright, with a gentle click, the statue's mouth drops open. Kiss the statue? Oh, alright. You lean in and kiss the statue on its open mouth. Some kind of liquid spits between your lips, and you leap back, clutching your throat. It does not seem to be poison. In fact, a moment later, you're feeling much stronger. You thank God for his kindness and make your way carefully out of the thorn bush. What clue? Clues. Arabic, answer question, Lord is a scholar. Ritual of Kuga. Ritual of Kuga begins with the left eye, right eye. Touch his forehead and kiss it. Alrighty. Neat. Why the hell did I just lose what I got from the ritual? Really? Oh, giant bats. Damn it. You stride off into the middle of the yard when suddenly something knocks onto you from behind, sending you sprawling across the dirt. You spin around and see a giant bat towering over you. Its clawed wings spread wide with bloody talons. Cast a spell. What do we got here? Gum. Create glue. Popped under a rock. I don't know how that's possible. Just pick up one off the ground. Mud, he's flying. Dud. Treasure, oh that'll help. Doze? Slowness, maybe. What else we got? I think I just did that. Yeah, slowness. Dumb. Clumsiness, that's free stamina, so... Alakazam, slow. What? You cast a spell, the bat begins to move, slowing extremely. It swings, batting like a waving of flag flag. Somehow it manages to stay airborne, but much easier to kill now. Alright. You were not lying. That is flying erratically now. I think it should be dead by now. They're trying to frighten you. Yeah, okay, have fun in hell. You turn to face the house once more. It's a wooden door. The front door is wide open as two men stand imposingly sealed. Sealed? Oh, they're like... pretty... Okay. Besides the door, you notice a small drinking fountain, still bubbling with water. Junction... Where's the fountain? So there was a fountain. Why, where's my fountain? Yeah, whatever. Door. Except the door, try the door? Locked, of course. Break down the door. Okay. Let's not break. A slate skitters off roof, smashes on your head. Okay, well, I'm not losing stamina from that stupid... If I am losing stamina, I might as well open the door. Donk. Sus? I can always rewind. Rewind, good lord. Through a dark hallway. Yes, okay, go inside. You step inside the great stone house. A cold silence descends, quite different from the dusty heat outside. This place feels like it's not been lived in for decades. Although judging by the lack of dust, it may not have been quite so long. Floorboards creak underfoot as the end of a hallway is sealed door. A chink of light. Chink? Okay. Yeah, alright. Is visible underneath the frame? Visible underneath the frame? Creep forwards. You make your way along the corridor. The walls on either side are linked with large portraits, of dusty-looking men and sour-faced women. They sneer at you as you pass, and then it's like Scooby-Dooby eyes. Scooby-Dooby-Doo eyes. They're like looking at you. You know, the holes in the portraits. Look at the paintings. I'm gonna notice 2 eye holes in one of them. Anyway, the figures in the paintings are all finely dressed, but also have knife scars on their faces and nicks in their ears. These must be the thief kings of Kari's murky past. You pass along a coal scuttle sitting in the left-hand wall. Look in the scuttle. You look inside the scuttle, but inside is blackened, and the darkness seems as though an infinitely deep pit was contained inside. Put my hand inside. You're not afraid. You reach into the scuttle. Behind the scuttle feels empty, and your finger feels something sharp. So sharp it stings. Search for the sharp thing. You find it, earning another sharp prick. Keep feeling around. Oh, god damn it! Wrapping up your wrist. There's a snake. No, that is stupid. Look at the light. From shadow, we hear no footsteps. Creep forwards. Men and women. Look at the paintings. I'll walk past because there's a snake in it, apparently. You reach the far end of the hall. It is only a short way from the entrance, but it's now in shadow. The only light comes in the gap around the frame of the door in front of you. More darkness wells up the light. You can just make out the first few steps of a flight of stairs leading leading away upwards to the second level of the house. There's a secret passage there, so we're going this way. You push open the door into a wide paneled room with a thick carpet. It's a study of some kind. The source of the light under the door frame becomes quickly apparent. A roaring fire burns an enormous grate on one side of the room. Look around. You search a goblin bone. I just saw that. Anyway. You search around the room. The furniture is grand, carved and stained, inlaid with patterns of goblin bone. There are no possessions to be seen, no ornaments, no jewels, no treasure, and no signs of the owner. It is as if whoever lived here moved out, or more likely, as though the place had been fairly robbed. As the door is shut, you'd expect this room to be swellingly hot. Like the rest of the house, it's icy cold. Over to the fire. Doesn't appear to be anything there. You go over to the fire and warm your hands, only emits no heat at all. It burns no fuel either. An enormous grate, large enough to roast a whole boar, is entirely empty of wood, ash or coal. The flames are nonetheless brilliant, as high as a man. Okay, that's an illusion. Reach into the fire. You reach out a hand for the flames. They crackle and dance, but you're expecting searing heat at any moment, but nothing happens. All you feel is distraught rising up. All you feel is the draught rising up the chimney. You step back. The fire is merely an illusion. Go into it. Stealing your courage, you duck your head and step into the grate. The flames around you, their crackles whispering in your ears, as though you stood in a pit of snakes, but you feel no heat. Your skin does not blister and your clothes do not ignite. You stand in the middle of a fire like some kind of demon, and feel no ill effects at all. From here, you can see the hearth extends backwards much further than what you might expect. Is it a tunnel, or do you stand inside a trap of a jaw about to spring shut? Stand inside a trap. Its jaws about to spring shut, it should have said, I believe. Or what I should have said, it actually said that. You creep forward toward the grate, through the flames and beyond, into a low stone alcove hidden by the fire. The walls are made of solid slabs of stone. There's nothing here, no treasure, no secret, no door. On the far wall are a strange set of markings, a series of long grooves, like scratches radiating from a small hole. Feel the grooves. Feel the groove. Feel the dance. I don't know. Well, you run your fingers through the grooves in the stone walls. They have been carved lightly and roughly with a dagger point rather than a chisel, perhaps. But the small hole in the center is much more clearly formed. Examine the small hole. You put one finger into the small hole. You cannot find the bottom of it, and it seems polished and smooth. It looks like a bolt hole you might find in the stonework of a fortress doorway, except for its position in the middle of a blank wall. Keyhole? No, wait, no, go back. Can I go back? Do I have to rewind? Yeah, I gotta rewind. I wanted to click the keyhole. Feel the groove. Small hole. A keyhole. You look your pack for something to use as a key. I have a key. You try a key, but the hole is circular and no space for your key's teeth. Not that it could possibly turn, of course. Circular? Pipe? You slip the bamboo flute into the small hole in the back of the fireplace. There's it's the bamboo flute? Really? Okay. For a moment, nothing happens, and very slowly the stone begins to move. A passageway has opened to your left. Enter the passageway. You peer through the secret passage, only make out nothing but darkness beyond. You'll have to go inside, but find what you've discovered. Yeah, secret passage, the secret room. Slipping through the narrow opening, you find yourself in a slightly wider space. The walls are cool stone, and there are no windows, but the room is dark. Or not dark. In one corner, the idol stands on a small shrine, lit by 2 candles which burn thin, cold flames. The place reeks of death and decay, and the shrine is covered in thin, blood-soaked stripes of cloth. Look at the shrine. Maybe it's the same shrine we found earlier. The shrine is poor and cheap, unlike anything else in his house. It seems to have been hastily built out of uneven stones and plank of wood, and the small statue of the fat god has been molded from humble clay. Look at the god. Koruga. It's we can do the ritual. Some local deity at the base of the statue named Koruga. I'm going to say Koruga. Above his head is a plaque with a short inscription on his face, are painted 4 red dots. You glance behind you, suddenly terrified the secret door might swing shut and leave you trapped in this place. Look at the cloth. The bandages are each an arm span long, as deep as your thumb, each bloodied in two places, spaced a few fingers widths apart. There are 30 or 40 such bandages here, running down from the shrine like streamers. Someone was injured for a long time. You are starting to get the jitters down here. Search the bandages. You sift through the pile of bloody cloth straps quickly. Something gleams within the pile, and you cover a silver badge. It is the badge of a noble Kare. Take the badge. The badge is solid silver and probably valuable. I'm reading too fast, sorry. And probably valuable. You place it carefully into your pack. Read the inscription. Give me back my eyes. What? The inscription is scrawled in the back of a hand of a child. You have to squint to read it. Give me back my eyes. Look at the dots. Do the symbol, or whatever. The dots on the idol seem to have been daubed in a fingertip. They are perhaps directions on how to worship the god, but there's no indication of what to do in order to. The only places, both eyes, the third eye on its forehead and its mouth. There's nothing more to be seen in this terrible place. You slip out the small room of the fireplace into the hallway. Why didn't I do this? Whatever. Compared to the little room you have just left, the dark and empty hallway seems welcoming and friendly, but not so much that you plan to linger. Go upstairs. I mean, we found a silver badge. What else can we find in here? You place your foot some steps into the stairwell. It suddenly begins to move. It is alive? Some kind of thin, flat beast? Is it a trap? Jump back. You jump back in alarm. The shadow seems to churn, and steps of the staircase creak and groan. Though you cannot make out what is happening a minute ago, the noise stops and the hallway still once more. Try again. More boldly, you put your foot to the stair once more. It begins to move with a gentle lifting motion. Perhaps not a beast. Perhaps some kind of mechanism? Grab the handrail. You grab the hammer. It's an escalator. It's an escalator. You cling onto the rail to keep yourself upright. It seems the rail is moving at the same speed as the step underneath you. You rise to the top of the stairwell in a smooth motion and jump to perfect safety. Why does it... Again, they made escalators back here, apparently. Look around. You're in an upstairs landing with doors on either side. Library or bedroom? Oh, we'll be able to go to both. There's a... Whoa! What's up here? Library is in darkness. At the far end of a pair of eyes stare back at you. Look at the eyes. You step forward boldly, your eyes fixed on its own. Across the room from you, they do not blink as if they didn't move. They do not even move as you approach. No harm. You raise your hands to indicate you mean no harm. The eyes do not react. It's a painting. Then you see why. Yep, it's a large portrait. It's a Scooby-Doo painting. The painting is a proud and stern-looking man dressed in loose leather armor with a serpent emblem stitched across the length of one arm. The painting fills the entire wall of one room. It must be twice the height of the man who posed for the likeness. Look behind the painting. Ah, Scooby-Doo! You raise one corner of the frame from the wall and peer up, but it's too dark to see if there's anything hidden there. The eyes of the painting seem to follow you as you move. Look at the man. You step back to a little. You step back a little to regard the man in the picture. I'm very sorry. I suck at reading out loud. All right. The most striking thing about him are his eyes, cold and cruel, that seem to gleam with cunning and the will to survive. They are the eyes of a man who would harm you if it suited him, knowing full well what it was he did. Knowing full well what it was he did? Okay. I get what it's saying. That's just a weird way of phrasing that. Otherwise, he stands tall and proud, with one hand on the hilt of a sword, the other wielding a tiny dagger. Everything about him reeks of power and threat. The man in the picture must be the one that lives in the house. For anyone else, it would surely cast too long a shadow to live beneath. Lift the painting down. You grab the base of the painting between outstretched hands and heft the frame and lift off the hook that stands onto the wall. There is a moment when you think you have it under control, then are holding the true weight of the picture and begin to stagger backwards. Drop it. 15. Awesome. With the weight of the frames too much, you let go of the painting, crashes on the floor, landing on my foot. You howl in pain as the painting tithers and tilts until it's leaning once more against the wall. Look at the end of the wall. There's painting hung or something. Okay, what if I balance it? Because there's, I can see. Balance it. I lost more that time. Okay, you backpedal across the room, trying to keep your balance. The painting threatens to topple at any moment. You get turned around, to lean the painting against the wall. Left? You step backwards to the left and bring the painting down to the floor and rest safely against the opposite wall. You rub your arms for relief. Back of the canvas. With the painting tilted against the side, you are able to slip around and look at the back of the canvas. In the weak light that trickles through the sealed door is unremarkable, with just a single inscription near the middle of the canvas. Tita, seventh novel of Kare. The painting looks like a noble, alright, or at least something a painting a noble would have made of themselves, even if it was once Tita's house. It looks long left. It looks like these long. I'm so sorry about my awful reading. Alright, I really do. Look at the end of the wall. Dark. Really? Well, we got a new clue at least. Items. Rations. Medical item. Drink one. There we go. I can clearly see there's a room up there, but whatever. Turn to the top of the stairs, go to his room. You step through a doorway into a simple bedroom. The bed is unmade and looks as though its owner left in a hurry. Personal effects are scattered all over the floor. The place has been ransacked, which it probably was. A cane leans behind the bedside. You see nothing else of interest. Look at the cane. The cane is a simple straight stick with leather loop at the top to slip around the wearer's wrist. It does not look like any sort of weapon, and does not appear to be magic. Take the cane. You take it, although you cannot think what it might be for. A second door leads to the house, or you could turn to the stairwell. We have a cane now, apparently. The further door leads to a bathroom. There's nothing in it, not even a mirror, only a gap where one used to hang. The only fixture is an empty room, iron tub bathroom. Look under the bath. Really? Something darts at your face? Really? Run my sword under the bath? Draw on the blood, no hidden treasure. Under the room. Okay, well, there's obviously something in there then. Bath. Look again? See a rat. Alright, fine. One last check of the bedroom. Turn to the bedroom. Nothing. Alright. Nothing left to explore. Alright, let's leave. The garden. Outside. Nothing more to do here. Look at the fountain. Oh, sweet. We drank from the fountain. Alright, where are we now? You return through the front yard of the ruined house and back onto the main street. The street is narrow and runs past the grand building towards a cluster of smaller houses further ahead. A fine horse is tied up to a post outside the mansion. Follow the main road, the horse, that's a prison. Where are we, exactly? We kind of went like... Oh well. We got a lot of way to go. Well. Thank you for watching. Good Vile.